silence, whole world in his hands, that's balance. Light, land, oceans, and order. Skylines stretch past borders. Every breath, every law that's written came from the mind that isn't limited by minutes or distant. Feminine wisdom, perfect existence, one throne, no rival in the system. Alpha in the code, I listen. We believe, say it out loud. One God, one Son, one Spirit in the crowd. From the throne to the grave, then he rose in three. Whole church stand up, this is our creed. We believe, heart on sleeve. Every line in my soul like ink that bleed. From the first I believe to the last, amen. That's the truth we stand on. Say it again. I believe in the Son, only one sin. True God, true flesh, that's intent. Born from a woman, promised in the womb. Royal in a manger, glory in the gloom. Walked dust, felt hunger in the heat. Love wore sandals in the street. Spoke life, storm, heard wind, froze. Touch of his hand, blind eyes rose. For I say, took the blame, that's sentence. Cross on his back, that's penance. Laid in the grave, don't shut dark deep. Third day, sun up, death fell asleep. Woo. Lifted up, backseated with the Father. All things under him, why bother? Running from grace when the gate wide, he'll come blazing. Judge day, no size. We believe, hey. Say it out loud. One God, one Son, one Spirit in the crowd. From the throne to the grave, then he rose in three. Whole church stand up, this is our creed. We believe, heart on sleeve. Every line in my soul, I ain't that bleed. From the first I believe to the last, amen. That's the truth we stand on. Say it again. I believe in the Spirit, breathe in the lungs. Fire in the room when the praise gets sung. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Speaks through the prophets, writes on hearts. Holy, holy, sets us apart. One church, one hope, one birth. Forgiveness reigning on this earth. Grace gonna crack when he calls our names. New life, new body, no shame. We believe, say it out loud. One God, one Son, one Spirit in the crowd. From the throne to the grave, then he rose in three. Whole church stand up, this is our creed. We believe, heart on sleeve. Every line in my soul like ink that bleeds. From the first I believe to the last, amen. That's the truth we stand on. Say it again. Amen.
Welcome to the Called to Defend live stream, where we are entering into your world just like the Al-Zut entered Muhammad. I am Caleb Elliott, and this is Josh.
Oh no! Oh my gosh, that's bad. No, you did not.
You know what's
just say
really
that.
bad? My work just keeps texting me. They have sent 17 texts. Correction. They have sent 35 texts.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Leave me alone. They're sending more.
Why is Twitch giving us problems now? It's one Chrome. What do you mean? All right. We're trying something today. We are live on at least 4 platforms. One of them just crashed.
Nice.
And it's Twitch when we finally got back.
Yeah, it feels about right. I feel about right.
I'm gonna see if I can get it working though. But we are, for the first time ever, live on TikTok. Screen sharing, if that's why the quality looks really bad right now. We are also live on Instagram. We're on Apologia on YouTube. We're on regular Call to Defend, and we are about to fix Twitch right now, and we are fixing Twitch right now. There we go. Refresh the screen for Twitch, and we are Are we back? Are we so back? We are back on Twitch.
You know it.
It's about time. Alrighty, so this is new. I have so many screens I'm looking at because of the StreamYard plan that we have. Because I have a computer here running Instagram and TikTok, but I have a phone here monitoring TikTok, so I know if it's working, and Instagram. And then I have the regular one right here monitoring everything else. Either we need to get some more money from somewhere, or I need nicer computers. Anyways, welcome to the Call to Defend live stream. For those who are new, we've been doing if this is a new for you on a platform you've not been on before or in a while, such as TikTok is new, Twitch we were on it, and then Muslims, funny enough, given the topic, and given the intro, absolutely janked up our Twitch account. With how they handled that. But we got and then we have our YouTube and our Instagram rolling. Excuse me. Thank you for putting that up for Discord. Speaking of which,
read it before you thank me.
Oh no. We're live talking about, oh boy. Anyways, you are obnoxious. You just need to knock it off.
Okay, I'll take it down a notch.
No, you're fine. Leave it there. It's already up. People have already seen it. And by that, I mean me.
I'll fix it.
Speaking of which, TikTok, it's not there. Twitch, it's going to be there. But if you're on YouTube or Instagram, if you're on YouTube, the description below has our Discord server you can join. Instagram, you can just go to our link in our bio. TikTok, if you're joining us, which I don't expect anyone to on the first day, that will be available in whatchamacallit, the eventually in the bio, and then Twitch will get that up in the bio later tonight. I'm afraid that if I touch anything else besides comments, my computers might explode because I am running streams on 3 devices right now.
I just realized you titled the stream Hadiths. Hadith is plural for.
Oh, did I put an S at the end?
Yeah.
Shoot. I didn't even realize I did that. I'll fix that.
No worries.
Hold on, did that sneak into the thumbnail? No, it did not. Okay, so we're
I have
fine.
no idea. I don't even know what the thumbnail is.
It's one of those. It's one of those old cartoons. Momo, and he's
Momo. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He does not look well pleased.
No. It's before Zut.
All right, mister, you're obnoxious. You need to tone it down.
I never said I had to tone it down.
Yeah, fair enough. You didn't. Fair enough. All righty. So today we are going to be talking about some of the most embarrassing hadith. Well, we're going to be talking about a little bit about what hadith is, and then once we have that, we are going to talk about the embarrassing ones that are embarrassing. This is from a presentation that I have given previously, but I'm lazy and didn't want to do more work than I already had to. So I am going to be reusing the presentation and hopefully getting this out to a few more people who may not have seen the original video. And Josh is going to be looking around like a squirrel who has lost his nut.
I will be laughing the entire time, especially when we get to the later ones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
I don't know. It's
you
pretty funny throughout. Yes?
Well, I remember you gave this presentation. We've had clips made on at least Apologia. That's for anyone who's new. That is one of our other YouTube channels. We have a few of those. We have our main channel, which is Call to Defend right here. That's the one that's also the main title of every other platform that we're streaming to right now. I'd like to get back on X. Need to figure that out. But then we also have Apologia, which is the same logo but in red, and that is more of Caleb's polemics focus. Mostly is running clips of that, but also if he ever does any extra special projects or skits or whatever creative ideas he wants to come up with, they'll be there primarily from
I
him.
have one.
You have one? Oh boy.
I did
Tell me
have
after.
one.
Tell me
Okay.
after. Then on what's it called? We also have Graphai, which is like our theology and Bible study. That one primarily hosts our podcast that we do, our main podcast that we do. Which we should have an episode out finally next week after a few weeks hiatus. We're going through the parables right now in that one. And also some other theology and stuff. I did a fun video in there. I'm hoping to do some more. And then we have Ecclesia. I have a video for that coming out next week, briefly just exploring Athanasius's sunlight argument for eternal generation. And I'll be tying that to the Graphai as well. But stuff like that. Anyways, point being is that there's plenty of stuff everywhere. We have it broke up into 4 channels just so that way, if you want have more of an interest in one thing than the other, you don't have to like always see the other stuff we're doing. And B, it helps YouTube a little bit gain our stuff to the people that actually want to see that, because it was getting a little confused with everything that we were doing. We love what we're doing, and it hasn't changed our workload, but it has changed where we just house it, and so it just makes it easier there. But I think from now on, I'm always going to collaborate with the main channel, and that way, even if you just follow our main channel and you don't subscribe to the other ones, you can always get linked to those because you're following the main channel. So I would recommend the main channel, but the other channels will be like the primary housing for where those are placed. Anyways, that gave Caleb hopefully enough time to get anything else you need to get set, because he's primarily writing tonight. I did last time, and the fun part is that I was supposed to, and so I had to work off memory for how those surahs worked, and so I'm reading them on the fly, trying to remember.
You're welcome.
And I was like, I don't remember this one. I'm trying to latch on. Hopefully I can get it right.
I gave you some notes.
You gave me some notes. I think for the last one, my brain was just shot, so I just read your notes for that one. The second to last one was the Trinity one.
Fair enough.
And so I had fun with that one. So it was just stupid. I was like, he's half right and he's half wrong. He's right. We don't believe in this part of the Trinity, that Mary is part of the Trinity. So good job. You got that right. That is heresy. But also, great job. That's not what we believe. So you think that is. And that hasn't shown up yet for another while. So joke's on you, idiot. Oh Allah.
Yeah, he's something, isn't he?
Well,
He's the best of planners, Joshua.
Well, I've told people frequently. I've told a few of our more of our mentors at our church. I can't find the word I was looking for. Because they're a little more, as you know, but for anyone listening, they're a little more I think typical Western monotheist, in that it's like there's God and there's the angels, and demons, but that's pretty much it. And I'm like, the other gods could probably exist, but by that we mean little g, and by that we mean the rebellious spirits that have rebelled from time before. So I'm perfectly fine saying Allah is real, because you know why? He's an idiot. He had to send an angel to choke out a dude because he couldn't read.
Hey, no spoilers. No spoilers.
But it was like, I have no problem saying he's real, because that is just stupid. You literally are just doing all the work for us. I don't have to do any of it. You're just doing it for me.
Yeah, it's like the Muslim, when we say that Yahweh is the one true God. He's like, well, the true God, that implies that there are other gods. He's like, right, Allah is never called the true God. It would be nonsense to call him that. And so I literally, during our stream, just pulled up where it says, and Allah is the truth and the true God. It's like, whoops. Whoopsie. You just called the Quran nonsense, which I agree with you. Congratulations. We agree, buddy. We agree.
We agree so wholeheartedly.
Exactly.
Oh, so wholeheartedly.
All right.
Wholeheartedly. Anyways, let's get into this.
Speaking of nonsense. Yes. Speaking of nonsense. Oh, you're pulling up. All right. So
I got you.
I forgot.
I need to make sure it's the right one, because the other one would have made it too small. This is I remember when you shared this for our group, and they walked in for the first time seeing this. They had no idea what to do with this. I kind of wish that you used the photo that I sent you that I found today.
Yeah, I know. I had
the first one, not the second one.
No, I'm not putting the second one on screen. We will get demonetized.
Oh, for sure.
We don't even make money. We don't even make money. We will get another strike against our channel. Our channel will be taken off the internet.
For sure. For sure.
But I wanted to. Truthfully, I just didn't have time to edit the slides. I have had an extremely busy day, which is why I did all of this last night.
It sounds like you're just you know, come up with excuses.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
Just being a bit of a coward about it.
No, this morning I took my kid to the zoo, and then I had to do the bottle return thing where you have to like, yeah. And then the first place I went to was closed, which sucked. So I went to a different place, which was actually kind of nicer. So I might switch bottle return places, but that's neither here nor there. That's my life stuff. And then I had work. So I've had a very busy day. All that to say, yes, I'm not as busy as Momo here, because he was getting busy a lot.
Momo was always getting busy.
Oh yeah,
he enjoyed
particularly with yes.
This is probably the most,
I know.
This is probably going to be the most chaotic stream in a minute, because you know I already both know this presentation. Usually it's like for anyone to join us for the first time, usually it's he presents something that or I present something, and you know maybe we both have some kind of understanding about it, but then we'll also kind of help, maybe we'll go further than the other person thought, or stuff they haven't heard before. So like when I did the 2 powers of heaven, Caleb is, you know, you would say you're relatively aware of it, but it's not like you would probably just like go and make the presentation yourself, I'm guessing, right?
Correct.
Right. So he's aware, but then I'm taking the steps further. This one, though, he presented it with me in the room, so I already am fully aware of what's here.
So let's talk about the hadith. Let's make them all aware of what we're doing.
Absolutely.
So what are the hadith? The hadith are a collection of stories about Momo's life. The word hadith originally meant new. So these were new stories about the life of Momo, right? Things not discussed in the Quran. The hadith do not have to be true, and many are considered to be quote unquote weak. Isnad is the term that they use to refer to their chain of narration back to Momo, a companion or a follower of him. So the first hadiths were written down almost 2 centuries after Momo. We have the earliest fragments in 795 from Muwatta Malik, and they were intended for 2 purposes. Right, so they're some that are dedicated to the law, and others to historical events. We're going to be looking pretty much exclusively at the historical events tonight, just because the laws are kind of expounding. They're like sort of commentaries on the Quran, and we could do a separate episode about that sort of thing. But we don't need to go through all of the different hadith. If you want to know more about that, go ahead and check out our video that was done on this exact subject. I don't remember exactly what it's called. Maybe you do off the top of your head.
For this one?
Yeah.
I can pull it up real quick. It should be, let's see. If you go to our YouTube page, go to our playlist, look for Islam. We post pretty much everything there. Usually, it will show you the most recent thing that's up. This would be Islam's biggest problems, hadith. I don't know if that's the biggest problem.
Okay.
At the time, it sounded like a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are some pretty big problems in here. Particularly the last hadith we're going to talk about. It's a pretty big problem.
Yeah. If you want to go on there, that's where we get the original presentation. Is that what you referred?
Yeah.
Sorry, you were referring to the original presentation, right? Yeah. So that's there. Yep. If you go to Apologia, I think we also have some clips from the original presentation. I can maybe do some more clips later. I'll probably pull those from here.
Cool.
Okay.
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 So the first hadith we're going to talk about is from 2 collections, right? So these are the more historical ones in nature. You have Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, which are two different collections of hadith. They are the largest, or among the largest collections of hadith, and all considered, or they are considered both rather to be exceptionally accurate, right? To be exceptionally true. They have what's called full or strong isnad, which means
You're in for a lot.
that they are authentic and can be traced back to Momo, a companion or a direct follower, right? So they are Sahih, which means authentic. And so you get Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. And that word Sahih means authentic. These hadith are, if not authentic, extraordinarily strong. So this first one explains what Surah 33 means, right? So Surah is a chapter of the Quran. Surah 33, ayat is a verse of the Quran. So Surah 33, ayat 40 says, Muhammad is not the father of any of your men, but is the messenger of Allah and the seal of the prophets. Right, and that's that last phrase right there, the seal of the prophets. What does that mean? Well, according to Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 1, number 189, and Sahih Muslim, book 30, number 5793, we get this. Josh, do you want to read that big old boy?
Oh boy. Abdullah B. Sarji's reported.
It'd be bin. Yeah, Abdullah bin Sarjis.
I'm going to go with B.
Okay.
I saw Allah's apostle and ate with them bread and meat, or he said, Tharid, bread soaked in soup. I said, did Allah's apostle seek forgiveness for you? He said, yes, and for you, and then recited this verse, ask for forgiveness for thy sin and for believing men and believing women. I then went after him and saw the seal of prophethood between his shoulders, on the left side of his shoulders, having spots on it like hairy moles.
Gross.
Hairy
right, so that's the
moles.
Yes, that's the Sahih Muslim reference, right? So we have Sahih Muslim, book 30, number 5793, excuse me. And that's what that says. And so that says that the seal of prophethood is a hairy mole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And Sahih al-Bukhari says it basically the same thing, almost verbatim. So
nice.
According to both collections labeled Sahih, right, authentic, the evidence of Momo's prophethood is a hairy mole.
You know, that tracks totally.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that implies that every prophet had a hairy mole. Look at that, our viewership just went down.
The second you said hairy mole, yeah.
Exactly, yep. And then you have At-Tirmidhi, which is another collection of hadith, generally considered to be very authentic. Momo apparently has a companion touch the hairs on his mole. I mean, that's pretty kinky right there. I gotta say,
that's pretty. I mean, that's some moves right there.
It is. He's doing things, and the worst part is, it's only going to get weirder. Like it's only going to get weirder.
You think your wife would run with that?
No. Oh my goodness, okay. No, not in any universe. No.
Doesn't like carrying moles?
No, you know, in our 3.5 years of marriage, she has never brought it up. She has never mentioned her affinity for hairy moles, so I'm going to assume that there isn't one, and I'm very grateful for that.
By the way, you're going to want to scoot over to a little bit on your there you go. Your Instagram and TikTokers are not going to, we're getting like half your face. Now, maybe I want to see your whole face.
I was going to say, were they really missing that much?
No, not really, but you know, just in case that, you know, you end up going full off screen, they can't tell who's talking anymore. They just see me sitting here with a voice just from nowhere going.
Well, you know, I'm the angel Jibril, actually. Get ready to get choked out, kid.
Oh,
Speaking of, narrated Aisha, who, friendly reminder, is Momo's child bride, who he rapes at the age of 9. Narrated Aisha, as one does, the commencement of the divine inspiration to Allah's apostle was in the form of good, righteous, and they put in parentheses, true, dreams in his sleep. He never had a dream, but that it came like a true, bright, came like, oh my goodness, but that it, why are you stuttering? Why are you stuttering? But that it came true like bright daylight. He used to go in seclusion, the cave, to the cave of Hira, where he used to worship Allah alone continuously for many days and nights. He used to take with him the journey for the food that, for that stay, and then would come back to his wife Khadija to take his food likewise again for another period to stay until the truth descended upon him while he was in the cave of Hira. Okay, everything seems kind of normal so far.
Of course,
then
the
angel came to an course. The angel came to him in it and asked him to read. The prophet replied, I do not know how to read. The prophet then added, the angel caught me forcefully and pressed me so hard that I could not bear it anymore. So for those who don't know what that means this. He's literally choking and throttling Muhammad. Continuing on, he then released me and again asked me to read. I replied, I do not know how to read. Whereupon he caught me again and pressed me a second time until I could not bear it anymore. So he's being choked to the point of near unconsciousness.
Yeah.
Like, it is getting fully and completely choked out right now.
Yeah, bud.
Continuing on, he then released me and asked me again to read, but I again replied, I do not know how to read, or what shall I read? Thereupon he caught me for the third time and pressed me, and then released me and said, read in the name of your Lord who has created all that exists, has created man from a clot. That's right. We're all just blood clots. That's Quranic embryology for you.
Specifically Ibn, oh shoot, what's his name? Ibn Kathir.
Got it. Yes. There you go. See, you got there.
I got there eventually.
Is that Surah 86? I believe I got 7.
I don't remember. Don't ask me that.
Okay.
That was 2 days ago.
I know.
I
know, and this is really my area. You can have the important stuff like who God is. I'll just make fun of people. Read, and your Lord is most generous up to that which he knew not. So, oh, sorry, we have another section. That you can read this next port. You can read this next port.
Then Allah's apostle returned with the inspiration, his neck muscles twitching with terror till he entered upon Khadija and said, cover me, cover me. They covered him till his fear was over. And then he said, oh, Khadija, what is wrong with me? Then he told her everything that had happened and said, I fear that something may happen to me. But after a few days, Waraka died, and the divine inspiration was also paused for a while, and the prophet became so sad, as we have heard, that he intended several times to throw himself over the tops of high mountains. And every time he went up to the mountain, oh my gosh, he went up.
Why are you thundering?
It's the proof. Went up the top of a mountain in order to throw himself down. Gabriel would appear before him and say, O Muhammad, you are indeed Allah's apostle in truth, whereupon his heart would become quiet and he would calm down and would return home. Because, it's totally normal for your prophet to be choked out and to say that he was going to throw himself off a mountain.
Exactly.
That's not concerning at all.
Yeah, no, not just to say it, though, to actually try to do it.
That's true.
It says he reaches the top of the mountain in order to throw himself down. And then allegedly Gabriel comes and is like, yo, don't do it. Which, is a deeply concerning sign.
Yeah.
And we'll wrap it up here. And whenever the period of the coming of the inspiration used to become long, he would do as before. But when he used to reach the top of a mountain, Gabriel would appear before him and say what he had said before. So that was Sahih al-Bukhari, Volume 9, Book 87, number 111. So, not only does he get choked out, not only does he try to kill himself after his father figure dies, but whenever he's not receiving a revelation, when he feels it's been too long, he goes and tries to kill himself again. Guys, this is not how a prophet acts. This is a deeply disturbed individual who probably needs a lot of help. Treating him like a prophet probably only made things worse. Because now it's just going to exacerbate that tendency to do anything to get his way. Best case scenario here, he's lying about all of this. Worst case scenario, he's like schizophrenic and desperately needs help.
Yeah.
And instead is just being fed a consistent basis of blood, women, and power tripping. That's not good. That's like the last things. I used to do mental health counseling for individuals with schizophrenia and other similar mental health disorders. That's like the last thing you want to give them. You do not want to fill them up on pleasure, because then that's going to reinforce the negative stereotypes that they already are holding to. Right? Or at least the negative ideas that they're holding to. I shouldn't say stereotypes. Stereotypes are only part of it. You're not supposed to give them, they're not supposed to be having frequent sex, because frequent sex increases endorphin levels, it increases dopamine levels, it tends to make this schizophrenia more hyperactive. You're not supposed to be giving them, they're not supposed to be giving into violent tendencies, because that's going to reinforce the paranoia. And they're certainly not supposed to be in positions of power, because that's going to do both of the former things, and they're going to have influence over others, meaning they have a higher likelihood of developing narcissistic personality traits. Muhammad had all three. All three markers. That is a huge red flag.
Yeah, you probably want to question if that's a sane prophet or not.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's 100% not. Any psychologist would look at that and go, oh, he is a deeply troubled individual. But that's their prophet. So, yeah, but to review what we just read, barring the psychology aspect, he initially gets revelations from who he assumes to be Jibril, right, which is the Arabic word for Gabriel. Jibril choked him out 3 times until he was finally able to read the revelations. This begs the question, if Allah is all-knowing, as the Quran says, wouldn't he know that Momo couldn't read and just try a different method? Rather than...
That's why I'm perfectly okay saying he's real. Because
He's just an
it
evil
doesn't do him any favors.
Exactly. He is incompetent and evil and malicious. And like, I don't understand the cognitive dissonance here. Which then leads to the question, what type of angel of God chokes a man to get him to read? Like, if I were to get a passage of a book in Swahili and somebody said, read this, and I don't read Swahili, so I would look at them and say, I don't know what the frick that say. Their first thought is not going to be, oh, well, it's time for you to go night-night then, pal. Because human beings don't suddenly gain the ability to read by losing oxygen. So why, if human beings can think of that, why can an angel of God not think of that?
You know, just because.
Just because. Momo then goes and runs home and has his wife Khadija cover him, which, probably a good sign of mental health. Then one of his mentors and his father figure and first believers in him dies, and he goes to kill himself multiple times because he believes he is demon possessed. I think he was right.
Oh,
I will
genuinely, he probably was.
Yeah. No, I actually am going to say right here, right now, I agree with Muhammad. I think he was 100% right about this. He was absolutely demon possessed.
Well, like, trying to think, considering the situation, and if we consider the different things that, like, go back to another presentation you did a couple months ago on that very topic, it all sounds like he gave the consent, he did all those things that were needed for it to qualify as a possession. Like,
Yep.
it's all there. Like, I'm not just like oppression, but like straight up possession.
Yeah, no, like there was absolutely apparition, there was oppression, in the sense of, like, the apparition is the appearance of the angel, the oppression is the command, right? So how demonic oppression works, the demon can give specific commands, and then if you relent to them, that moves you further toward possession. There is attack, obviously. He literally chokes him. That has been associated with a demonic suffocation. And then, as you mentioned, Muhammad kind of gives in and consents to whatever the angel is asking. Angel, quote unquote, is asking. Right. So this is very much in line with these stages of demonic possession.
Yeah.
So I would absolutely agree. He was very likely demon possessed. But doesn't stop people from following him. All right. Speaking of demons, the bodily functions of Satan.
Yeah.
This is where we're going to start to get real weird, people. Like, you thought it was weird before. Oh, no. This is where we're going to start to get real weird. So Momo believed that Satan urinated in a man's ear because the man did not hear the Aran, or the call to prayer. So the guy didn't hear it, and Momo's solution was Satan must have pissed in your ear.
Okay, I heard that the wrong way. I thought that he urinated in his ear because he didn't hear. I was like, why do you care? Why do you care? Didn't you like not?
Yeah, no. Satan is the one urinating in the ear here.
Gotcha.
Although I honestly wouldn't put it past Momo. I would
actually no. I meant I thought for a second you meant Satan urinated in the guy's ear because he didn't hear the prayer. I was like, why does Satan care?
Oh, I get you.
Which is also
no.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he could not hear the prayer because he had piss in his ear. Classic. Which you think someone urinating into your ear would probably wake you up.
You'd think
I watched our viewership. Hang on. I watched our viewership increase. I said that sentence and I watched it decrease.
The person who just tuned in heard you say that and was like, I'm out of here. I have no idea what's going on.
I do not blame them.
They heard you and they were like, I'm out. I can't do this.
Imagine that's the only impression they're going to get of our channel.
It would not be wouldn't be out there.
Have we got like any comments on Instagram or TikTok?
No, not yet.
Okay. They're probably all too horrified.
Well, here's the way. So I'll let you know, at least from my understanding, Instagram is more of just our followers who see that. You don't really scroll as much to
Gotcha.
find lives. I think they're updating that. So that's gonna be mostly who follows us, and Instagram is not as active. I just haven't been posting there as much. And TikTok has been inactive for about a month because I got myself signed out by accident, and I was too lazy to sign back in. And then it's the first live, so it's probably not gonna get many people tonight on there, but it'll at least get, if I can get it rolling, then it might be able to draw some people in next time, so it knows what kind of stuff we're doing and when we do it.
Cool. Anyways, so, and again, I'm going to cite all of these just so y'all know I'm not making this up. Like, this is actually stuff they believe. So it's like the, oh gosh, what was it? Was it Mormonism that South Park did the bit about, where they kept scrolling at the bottom of the screen? Yes, this is actually what they believe.
Correct.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, we honestly should just have that scrolling. Yes, this is what they actually believe. You don't have to do that. Don't do that. He's gonna do it now. Okay. But yeah, so that's from Sahih al-Bukhari, Volume 2, Book 21, number 245. And then we also have yawns from Satan. So we have P from Satan and yawns from Satan. So Sahih al-Bukhari, Volume 4, Book 54, number 509, and Volume 8, Book 73, 242. So Momo really believed that yawning came from Satan. So it's apparently careful. No, I'm one of the people that if you say the word yawn, it makes me yawn. I'm one of those. Stop flying me.
I don't like how you said that. There's a perfect one I forgot to use when it's the right time.
What?
You'll see. I'll wait for another good one.
Okay. Momo also said that Satan crawls into your nose at night. So causes you to yawn. Then when you're sleeping, after you've been yawning, he crawls into your nose. So every morning, you have to flush your nose out with 3 snorts of water.
Why does he climb the nose?
Great question.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they ever gave like any clarification on that part. No, just outright he climbs up your nose and at night.
I think that's what caused. I think he was asked what causes sneezing, and Momo's like, it's the devil crawling up your nose.
So is the devil like a level of omnipresent then in Muhammad's thinking?
I don't know if it's necessarily specifically Satan or if it's just jinn in general.
Okay.
But he attributes it to Satan, although it could be applied to jinn everywhere.
Gotcha.
And that's from Sahih al-Bukhari, Volume 4, Book 54, number 516. And my personal favorite, the piece de resistance, Momo said that Satan will fart in order to drown out the Adhan. So he pees into people's ears so they can't hear. And then if he can't reach them in time to urinate, he will fart to make sure they can't hear it.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I feel like that should just be playing like every hadith we hear. It should just be
that. And that, for reference, comes from Sahih al-Bukhari, Volume 1, Book 11, number 582. So, like, yeah. The devil just his role is apparently primarily to just perform bodily functions on you.
His role is to screw with you.
No, that's the men of all Zut's role.
All right.
All
right, we'll go with that, I guess.
Okay. And then we have the Old Yeller Hadith, which is Maimuna reported that one morning Allah's messenger was silent with grief. Maimuna said, Allah's messenger, I find a change in your mood today. Allah's messenger said, Gabriel had promised me that he would meet tonight, but he did not meet me. By Allah, he never broke his promises, and Allah's messenger spent this day in a sad mood. Then it occurred to him that there had been a puppy under their cot. He commanded, and it was turned out. He then took some water in his hand and sprinkled it at that place. When it was evening, Gabriel met him, and he said to him, You promised me you would meet the previous night. He said, Yes, but we do not enter a house in which there is a dog or a picture. Then on that very morning, he commanded the killing of the dogs until he announced that the dog kept for the orchards should also be killed. But he spared the dog meant for the protection of extensive fields. Somewhere John Wick just cocked a pistol. Like, his reasoning there is we must kill all the dogs because the angels don't like dogs. What the frick did the dogs do?
So then why did God create them? Why did Allah make them then?
Exactly.
Also, why did the angels have any say? Sounds like you got some potential shirk stuff happening.
I didn't think about that aspect. Ooh, interesting.
Potentialities.
Exactly. The angels can apparently refuse the command of Allah because he's scared of a puppy.
Scared of...
Say it.
No.
I know what you're thinking.
What am I thinking?
I think I know what you're thinking.
I don't think you do.
Private message me.
No, you text me what you think I was thinking.
So
if
that
you're saying if you're
from,
telling me in a coward, I was just laugh at the puppy thing. There was not really any thought in my head. Private message me then. This is the thing I have to deal with is dude's mind is always in some kind of a gutter.
That paints me in a bad light.
Meaning that in the joking sense. There's always some kind of joke he has.
All right, let me make sure I'm putting it. Yeah, okay. I was making sure I put it in the studio chat and not in the comments.
Oh.
Don't read it out loud.
No, I was not thinking of that. That's not what I was thinking.
Okay.
I am now. It's a little late to say it, though.
Yeah. Well, I also wouldn't say it. My eye is burning. Hang on.
You said say a coward, so clearly you're a coward or you would actually say it.
Do you want me to say it?
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah, because you know I would.
I mean, you can if you want to. It's just not really a reason to.
No.
Anyways, for anyone who's on now or later while Caleb's looking for stuff, hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment, join the Discord. Let us know what kind of stuff that you're curious about regarding the Hadith or things that you would love to see in the future. I think we're going to a conference in a week, actually, a week from this Thursday. Yes. Very excited about that. And we're going to get to do some extra stream stuff from the car. We're probably only down one platform. So we'll probably put up to the Discord see which one they would rather we streamed on, what platform we should stream on for the weekend. And then we'll probably get some extra live streams over the weekend. I'm also thinking about maybe doing a random Monday night or a Wednesday night show randomly. I don't know on what yet, but just because I can, it'd be fun just to kind of see if there's any more interest in that area. I won't change our Tuesdays and Thursdays because I don't think Caleb's free at all on those times.
No.
There it is. He's not. So I might hop on. Let me know what you guys want to do. If you want to do a chill stream, if you want to do some kind of call-in thing or what. We are hopefully going to do a call-in one probably. Maybe we can actually do a call-in with the Muslims now, actually, because we actually have a system now, so they can't screw it up for us. We did a call-in show. We've done 2 call-in shows. The first one we did was we actually had people show up for that one. And then we had 2 Muslims absolutely ruin it for everyone. And the channel got blocked for the day. And so we did a stream about being blocked. Actually, no, we didn't, not blocked, reported, because they were showing things on their screen that we didn't catch in time. And we were on a different platform. Very much so. And then the second time we did for LDS, and not a single one chimed in after weeks of them saying, when are you going to talk to us in person? When are you going to talk to us? When are you going to talk to us? We said, well, here's where I talk to you. We got a whole day plan. Here you go. We told them for like 2 weeks. Not a single one showed up. And so maybe we'll do another one. I know the Muslims are more likely to pop up now that we have a way for TikTok to work. Maybe we can get that rolling. I know X has a cool system now that we could probably run with. So I need to get X popping up again. So let us know. Let us know what kind of stuff you want to be seeing. Be really fun, Caleb. Honestly, if you're listening, I don't think it would actually be kind of fun if we did a stream where we honestly just browsed one of the platforms for different other channels call-in shows, and we just kind of rated them and got into conversations with people, and that was just our stream for a day. I don't know how well that would work. We have to actually find someone, but it's a fun idea.
I was getting my dinner.
Be a fun idea though. It's kind of funny too.
Right? Yeah, no, cool.
Just go scrolling through people's stuff and like, so what do you do with this? Anyways, now that I'm done stalling. And yes, Caleb, I will consider letting it go this time.
What?
I'll consider letting it grow this time.
Oh yes.
I'll probably just keep shaving like part of the under part because that's the part that annoys me the most.
Yeah, no, I shave my neck beard as well. You don't want the neck beard.
It's just annoying and it stabs me. I
The
turn my
only
head.
time
I'm being shanked by my own body.
The only time the neck beard really kind of works is if you have a bushier beard.
Yeah, I don't think I have the face for a bushy beard.
No. My beard is patchy. It always grows in patchy, so it takes a while for it to really like get to where it is now, to where it's consistent.
Yeah.
So I always have to shave my neck because otherwise it just looks atrocious.
Gotcha.
Anyways, so Momo really freaking hated dogs for no reason.
Yeah, you know, he just he hated dogs because the angels were scared of them, basically.
Which, like, given that this is all happening in Momo's mind. Okay. So I have 2 theories.
Okay.
1, Momo just had a fear of dogs. Some people just like that. 2.
They're just missing out on life.
Huh?
They're just missing out on life.
Yeah, I know you love dogs.
Yeah, I do.
2. This one's a little out there, but I'm willing to entertain it.
Okay.
Solely pretty much for the sake of comedy.
Okay.
Okay, there's the third one that I can't say out loud, but we're gonna stick to just the two. The second theory is, you know how like animals have a sense for like the spiritual, like that's a thing that people believe.
Sure.
My theory is that did you see my private message?
No, I was
Momo
oh my
didn't
gosh.
Momo
I can't
did
even put
not
these in the
like
Discord either.
I
I can't
know
put them in
you
the on
can't.
pocket.
They could sense
Actually, I
that
can.
Momo
I'll put
was
the admin chat.
true. You can do that all you'd like. Momo, or they could sense Momo's demonic possession and therefore were hostile towards him. Like, I have no evidence to back that theory up, but it is fun to think about. And so Momo killed them all because it could sense the demons inside of him. Okay, but regardless of the reason, Muhammad orders the dogs to be killed, and all the Muslims carry out the execution orders. So, I'm taking a page of the Christy Gnomes book. I take it you don't know who that is.
No.
Okay.
Yes, that reference went right by my head.
She is the former governor of South Dakota and former DHS secretary who, in her book, recorded an incident where she took her dog out to a gravel pit and shot it. So that was a meme that went around for a little while.
Nice.
Anyways, so after they did that, Momo then outlaws the killing dogs and says only jet black dogs needed to be killed because they were devils. In that reference comes from Sahih Muslim Book 10, 3813. So only the black dogs need to be killed because he's racist.
What an absolute joke. What a bunch of racists. That video is so bad, but it does make me laugh a little too hard.
Which one's that?
That's the one where it's the white guy who hires a black guy to be his cast. And so he's rapping, but he fills in all the spaces for him. And then he keeps filling in the space. And at the very end of the video, when the other two producers are offended by the idea, the black guy goes, "What a bunch of racists." Anyway,
somehow not the worst atrocity Momo would commit against something black.
Or are you talking about the thing? Are you talking about what the other way around?
I meant his black African slave trade, but I realized that immediately after I said it that that could also work for.
Yeah.
Also,
they gave him the pass, I guess, in his mind. You were ready for that one, were you? That's not supposed to be funny. That's still not funny.
No, that's funny.
Should not be laughing about that, but we are apparently. Anyways,
sexually transmitted N-word passes. Feel free to put that one in the out of pocket. Sexually transmitted N-word passes.
Wait, can I actually put that in there? I'm not gonna get like put that in out of pocket.
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna put just I have to put the one now, I guess. Keep going.
Well, I'm chewing right now.
Well, keep going anyways. No, don't do that.
All right, we're going to talk about some tinkle torture. So, narrated Ibn Abbas. Once the Prophet, while passing through one of the Haytan, which is gardens or graveyards, of Al-Madinah or Makkah, so it's either Medina or Mecca, you know, could be either or. It's not like they're different places or anything.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
So once the Prophet heard the voices of two persons who were being tortured in their graves, the Prophet said, "These two persons are being tortured not for a major sin." He then added, "Yes, they are being tortured for a major sin. So this is a major sin." Right? He said initially, he's like, "I don't think they're tortured for a major sin." Right? Something to avoid. And then he said, "No, you know what? It is a major sin." The major sin being, and I quote, "Indeed, one of them never saved himself from being soiled with his urine." Momo hated bedwetting, while the other used to go about with calumnies. I have no idea what the frick a calumny is. Calumny? I don't know what that is. Hang on.
I'll look it up while you read. False, malicious statement or misrepresentations intentionally designed to damage someone's reputation.
Okay, so urine is on pace with lying and slander. Or if it's in the press, libel.
Wow.
I despise that sound with every fiber in my being.
This is Caleb.
So lying on the same, lying on the same level as bedwetting.
Of course, you know. Didn't your parents tell you that when you're younger? Didn't they like chastise you for that?
Yeah, you know. Well, A, no, I never struggled with bedwetting. But B, I actually know. I was pretty good about it because see, the beauty of being somebody who has to go pee every 3 hours. Actually, that's not true. It's like 3 times in 1 hour. But
that's true. That's pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Be prepared. We're stopping like every 15 minutes on the way to Ohio.
Just bring a can.
You do not want me to do that, dog.
Just don't be like the white and accidentally get yourself.
Cut off a chunk of your
Yeah.
I've already been circumcised once. I'm really glad this stream is happening, truthfully. Speaking of streams, let's finish this hadith. Get it? Like pea streams. The Prophet then asked for a green branch of a date palm tree broken in 2 pieces and put one on each grave. On being asked why he had done so, he replied, quote, "I hope their torture might be lessened till these get dried." Like full on agonizing torture because he kept peeing his pants. Which is from Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book 4, number 215. So, according to Allah, in whom in Islam is the great God, wetting the bed is a major sin. The relief from torture and hellfire is placing palm leaves on the graves until they dry, at which point the torture for peeing your pants resumes.
Just to clarify, this can be a little gross, but it's for sure not referring to another kind of liquid coming out, right?
It's referring to urine.
Okay, just making sure.
Well, because if that's true, then Momo is like in the deepest pits of torture.
I mean,
I didn't even include the hadith where his child bride is wiping semen off of his garments.
oh, why'd you have to go there?
Because they're not full isnad. You can't trace them all the way back. They're still
So
strong.
why did you go there?
No, I know, but hang on. I'm explaining why I didn't include them. And I didn't include them because, or why I'm mentioning it now is because it's still strong. It's just not full. I only included ones that were full. Like these ones are absolutely 100% authenticated. The strong are like 80%. Yeah, that probably happened. I just included the ones that we know guaranteed happened. Even more urine. And Josh, you can read about the more urine because I don't want to read that.
Some people of Ukal or Uraina tribe, it's been a minute, came to Al-Madinah and its climate did not suit them. So the Prophet ordered them to go to the herd of camels and to drink their milk and urine as a medicine.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Brother, ugh.
There's no more
What's
fitting
that?
instance for that.
What's that, brother?
Yeah. Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book 4, number 234, which is very closely related, you'll notice, to this one. It's only separated by 19 verses.
Yeah.
That chapter was all about pee.
Yay!
So much so camel milk and camel piss are both medicinal.
Nice.
So Josh, the next time you are feeling under the weather, get underneath a camel and just start guzzling.
Just one of the two will happen.
Like, yeah, 50-50 shot, man.
If it's a male, there's a you have a not so much. You got a third. You got a third and third.
Yeah.
But I need a camel access first. I need to find a camel.
There's one at our local zoo, I think.
Oh, there is? All right. I guess I'm going to the zoo
Yeah.
next time I'm sick.
Thank you for adding the caveat next time I'm sick, because I thought you were just going to leave it at I'm going to the zoo. And I was like, you're just stockpiling. The Islamic scholars, right? The people who write tafsirs and commentaries.
Yeah.
Would used to say from this hadith that animal waste was clean for consumption. So you could literally eat shit, right? Like you could literally eat.
I need like the bleep sound effect.
Yes, we do. That would be a good one to pull.
Instead, I got this.
You what?
Yeah, exactly. No, actually, hang on. I got this.
If it's gonna be chicken on a tree.
No. You literally can eat. Oh, I didn't do it.
It didn't work.
Actually, it kind of almost works just as well, though. You can literally eat.
Anyways,
it gets weirder. So, narrated Abu Huraira, the Prophet said, a group of Israelites was lost. Nobody knows what they did, but I do not see them except they were cursed and transformed into rats. For if you put the milk of a she-camel, so we're back to the camels, in front of a rat, it will not drink it. But the milk of a sheep is put in front of it, it will drink it. I told this to Cobb, who asked me, did you hear it from the Prophet? I said yes. Cobb asked me the question several times. I said to Kab, do I read the Torah? Which is Torah. So that's from Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 4, book 54, number 524. Momo tells Abu Huraira, which is one of his most trusted students, that people were turned into rats for punishment. Ibn Kab, who authored a translation of, or not a translation, a compilation of the Quran. Like, that's how high up this dude is. Double and triple checks that actually Momo said this, because even his own students could not believe the complete and utter horse coming out of him right there. Like, that is, even his students were like, okay, no, that one I can't. No,
we're out.
No, I was down for the camel piss. I was down for dog genocide. I'm out at people turning into rats.
That's the line? That's the line?
I was down for camel piss.
Oh my goodness. That's the
Yep.
line they had?
They were fully bought in
Until that.
on Satan farting to block out the call to prayer and touching Muhammad's mole hair. But when it came to people turning into rats, they were, I said, I can't do it anymore, man.
We're out.
We're out.
Man.
Yes, and then we get to his sexism. Here we go, baby. Woo!
Great. You know,
Give
after
all.
you know, when people like Kenyan Mims are saying, oh yes, look, he is so clearly, so very clearly pro women, basically a feminist.
It's rehashing the same stupid arguments of 20 years ago. Muhammad is right, because before they had the scientific miracles and before they had basically like the Dawa chest thumping bros,
Right?
they were trying to appeal to the softer Western values, and so like, oh, Muhammad is a feminist. He was very ahead of his time, right? He was good on slavery. He was great on human rights, and it's like, as soon as the internet made all of this stuff available, they had to be like, well, no, but you see, the scientific miracles, right? Because we're moving now into new atheism where we want science and reason. So here's some scientific miracles for the Quran. And it's like, nope, those fell apart too. Okay, back to the stuff from 20 years ago. It's just nonsense. And as proof of that, quote, give alms, as I have seen the majority of dwellers of hellfire were you women. They asked, why is it so, O Allah's messenger? He replied, you curse frequently and are grateful to your husbands. I have not seen anyone more deficient in intelligence and religion than you.
Awesome.
Exactly. A cautious, sensible man could be led astray by some of you. The women asked, O Allah's messenger, what is deficient in our intelligence and religion? He said, and I quote, is not the witness or evidence of two women equal to the witness of one man?
You what?
Unquote. They replied in the affirmative. He said, this is the deficiency of your intelligence. Isn't it true that a woman can neither pray nor fast during her menses? The women replied in the affirmative. He said, this is the deficiency in your religion. Two immutable and uncontrollable characteristics make all women deficient in intelligence and faith. That's from Sahih Bukhari, book 6, number 301, volume 1, book 6, number 301, and volume 4, book 54, number 464. A lot of fours. According to Momo, women as a whole, for reasons they cannot control, are deficient in intelligence and religion, which causes them to be the majority in hellfire. And they can lead a sensible man, quote unquote, astray. By Momo's logic here, women are created by Allah himself to be the majority in hellfire. This is not something that women have done, but that Allah has decreed and has instilled in women. Therefore, Allah is the one who is determining that the women are deficient and should be sentenced into hellfire. That is mind-blowingly sexist. That's like having a premium subscription to sexism.
Is it sexist if Allah made them that way?
I feel then like Allah is just sexist. Like, if you really want to kick that up the chain of command, I'm cool with that too. Right?
But I mean, in Allah's mind, he is just like, that's just a natural order.
I mean, I guess, but like, I'm just going to point out a woman deficient in intelligence and faith reasoned well enough to kill Muhammad as a test of faith, and he failed. Right? The Jewish woman whose family Muhammad just slaughtered in battle offers to cook Muhammad a meal. Now, anyone with 1.5 brain cells to rub together would go, nope, she's going to try and kill me with poison if I eat that meal. But Momo's like, hey, I got to rape, I got to slaughter, and now I get a free meal. Let's freaking go, baby. And so he sits down. One of his guys starts eating it, immediately can tell it's poisoned, but Momo starts eating it. So the guy's like, guess it's fine. And so he keeps eating it. And then Momo bites into it, tastes the poison, and is like, hey, yo, Allah has just told me, not my taste buds, but Allah himself, after, not before, I took a bite of the poison and ingested the poison, that this goat here, or lamb, or whatever it was, is poisoned. Nobody eat it. To which point, the guy who is sitting at the other end of the table looks at him and is like, what?
You don't have that sound.
I was eating it because you were eating it. And so he is now just, and so the companion ends up dying, and Momo himself later dies years later, blaming the poison. The reason the Jewish woman did it is she was like, hey, if he's really a prophet, if he is true in his religion and faith, then his God will allow him to survive this or will prevent him from eating this. Momo failed that test. He was deficient in intelligence and religion. Congratulations, trannies. Momo is your guy. Because according to him, he's a woman. Like, oh my goodness. It just hurts, man.
No.
I'll do this one after my rant. The Mojab special.
You want me to read this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
We
I've been
used to
ranting.
participate in the holy wars carried on by the prophet, and we had no women with us. So we said to the prophet, "Shall we castrate ourselves?" But the prophet forbade us to do that, and then thenceforth he allowed us to marry a woman temporarily by giving her even a garment. And then he recited, "O you who believe, make not unlawful the tayyibat, all that is good as regards food, things, deeds, beliefs, persons, etc., which Allah has made lawful to you."
So let's think about this for a second. They had no women with them. Do you mind if I tell a bit of an off-color joke?
Oh dear. If it has any potential words that get us banned, you're gonna need to like cover them,
I can
like
censor.
like rape and unalive and stuff.
I've said there's none of those words, but I've said those already.
Well, I wasn't paying attention then because I was too busy also monitoring.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a Norm Macdonald joke. Don't look at me like that.
I'm going to look at you like that.
So Norm is telling the story about his Uncle Hector. And so Uncle Hector was a hobo. And he used to ride the rails, and he made by with just simple jobs here and there, doing what he could. And it was an all right life, except for one thing. He kept running into Constable Moses Lester. His friends called him Mo. And Constable Lester was a very hard man, right? He would find hobos on the tracks and just beat them relentlessly, nearly to the point of being unalived. There you go. Is that better?
Yeah.
So he eventually got word that Uncle, what are you doing? He eventually got word that Uncle Hector was going to be coming to town. So he's sitting and waiting for him. But Uncle Hector finds this out. So Uncle Hector goes and he switches trains at the last possible minute and avoids Constable Lester. But now he's going the wrong direction. He's going the wrong direction. He stops off in the middle of who even knows where. But he's out of money. Right? He's out of money. He was really counting on getting to the place where Constable Lester was to make something, make a little bit of spending money to keep riding the rails. He can't do it anymore. So he starts looking for work in the local town. And what do you know? It's a good coal mining town. And he says, he goes to the coal mine and he says, you know, I'd like a job here. And the foreman says, well, I'm sorry, sir, but we have 500 people in this coal mine and we just can't hire anymore. And well, Uncle Hector, that smooth talker, he gets up and he goes, well, you know, I guarantee you there aren't 500 men in this coal mine that can work as hard as I am and are willing to do anything for it. And the foreman says, is that right? And Uncle Hector says, yes, sir, that's right. The foreman says, okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 1 week here. If you can outproduce half the company, right, half the guys here in 1 week, the job is yours. And so Uncle Hector gets up early, gets to bed late. He's in the mine every second he can get it in there, and he's working real hard, and he gets the job. Right? He outperforms half the people there, and he gets the job. And so he's like, you know, I got the job. I kind of like this place. I might start sticking around here a little bit more. And so Uncle Hector is going on. He's making good money. He makes enough money to actually buy himself an apartment. The first time he's ever lived anywhere since he was a boy. He's got a house now, finally. And so he's like, well, I got the house. Now I just need the wife to go with it. So he starts asking around the coal mine. He's like, you know, it's strange. I haven't seen any women in this town. Right? Where's a man going to find a wife? And they said, oh, well, you know, on account of us being so dirty and filthy, all the women left. They didn't want anything to do with us. So we actually have intercourse with animals here. And excuse me. Uncle Hector goes, oh, man, that's disgusting. I can't believe you'd do that. I could never do that. And the coal miners say, well, you know, you get desperate enough eventually. you just got to do what you got to do. A man has urges, right? And that phrase keeps kicking around his head. A man has urges. A man has urges. And so he works for another month or so, and he goes to the forum and he says, you know what? Some of the guys, I think they're just trying to mess with me. I think they're trying to play a prank on me. But I was wondering, do you know where I can go and find a wife around here? And the foreman actually gives him the same answer. He says, well, you know, we're a pretty grubby group here. No women want anything to do with us. They all fled town. But we all have intercourse with animals here. We're not proud of it. We're not thrilled by it. But you know, it's the reality of life, right? A man has urges. And there's that phrase again, a man has urges. And another month goes by and Uncle Hector just can't take it. He is just completely worn down, and he's like, you know, maybe they're onto something here, right? A man does have urges. It's been a long time since I have felt anything. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And so he goes one day after work out into the field, and he finds a pig. He begins and he begins to make love to this pig. And some of the coal miners come out and go, oh, Uncle Hector, what do you think you're doing? And he goes, what? This is what you guys said. And he goes, yeah, but you're sleeping with Constable Lester's girlfriend. Same vibe. Oh man. But this is the same vibe. This is literally doing the norm bit. Yo, we don't have any women. Are we just going to castrate ourselves or what? And Momo's response is, no, just get sex slaves, right? Just go and marry a woman temporarily for the duration for which you're going to have sex with her, and then divorce her right afterwards, right? You'll give her a garment to show that, yep, you are my bride. You'll have sex with her, and then you'll divorce her. Simple as that. Easy. Something I did note here, that all is good as regards to food, things, deeds, beliefs, persons, just anything. Persons. It's literally just talking about sex slavery. You still haven't recovered, have you? So all of that leads us to that being from Sahih Bukhari, volume 6, book 60, number 139. So because Muhammad's men couldn't just, take a cold shower every once in a while, they're literally just Uncle Hector. Momo allows prostitution and sex slavery through temporary marriage. The garment suffices for dowry, and then they are allowed to immediately divorce after sex. This is still practiced today. The reason this section is called the Mojab Special is because Muhammad Hijab is famous for this. Right? His mutta marriages, where he would go to a hotel and have sex with his wife. Not the mother of his children, with a second wife whom he would keep secret and then divorce. Right? Like, he literally advised a woman who was going to sleep with a man. She's like, is this guy worth it? Should I, am I going to build a life with him? And Muhammad Hijab was like, no, don't build a life with him. He's a terrible person, but you're still going to sleep with him. And I kid you not, the thing the guy gave her for the temporary marriage was a McDonald's Happy Meal. That's what she got for her wedding gift from her husband, who then divorced her immediately after having sex. Somehow, that story is worse than the joke I just told. Anyways, after all of the damage I've done, Josh, how about you go ahead and read this one?
I asked the Prophet, which deed is the dearest to Allah? He replied, to offer as-salat at the early state fixed times. I asked, what is next? He replied, to be good and dutiful to your parents. I asked again, what is the next? He replied, to participate in jihad in Allah's cause. Abdullah added, these were told by Allah's messenger, and if I had asked more, he would have told me more.
So there you get. Best thing you can do. Pray. Second best thing you can do. Honor your mother and father. Great. Okay. Sure. Third best thing you can do. Kill people. What? Sahih Bukhari,
Like that,
Volume 1.
It's like that Gru meme where it's kind of like the step-by-step plan of the billboard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a
we're
good
gonna
fall.
commit jihad. What?
That's a good fall. Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book 10, number 505. Third greatest thing you can do in Islam is fight other religions to spread Islam. Muslims will quote Al-Baqarah 256, so that's the second surah, ayat 256, to say that they're peaceful. But if that's the case, why is the third greatest action violence against other faiths? So it's you come or you die, and guess what? You leave and you die. Narrated Ikrimah. Ali burnt some people. That's how it starts. Ali burnt some people. And the news reached Ibn Abbas, and he said, had I been in his place, I would not have burnt them. As the Prophet said, don't punish anybody with Allah's punishment. So the terrible thing here is not the fact that he did something so horrific as to burn people, but that it's Allah's job to burn people. So Ali shouldn't have done that because that's Allah's job. Which then leads Ibn Abbas to say, no doubt I would have killed them, for the Prophet said, if somebody, a Muslim, discards his religion, kill him. So you're supposed to kill him in a different way than just burning people.
So it's just a method, not the conclusion.
Yeah, exactly. So we have that comes from whoops, I don't think I included what collection that was. If I had to guess, I'd guess Al-Bukhari, but it might be Sahih Muslim. Based on how it's structured, I'd say it's Sahih Bukhari, Volume 4, Book 52, number 260. After Momo died, his formerly adopted son, which we'll talk about that in a little bit, burned people, which makes sense because apostates are commanded to be killed. And this is still happening. Right? So Ali Dawa cites this hadith in a video in which he states that apostates should be executed. That's still what they believe. That's still what they would practice if they were in power. They would still be executing people. Then we get to this big boy. And this is a big boy. Oops. This is a big boy. So Yahya related to me from Malik from Ibn Shibab that he was asked about the suckling of an older person. Pause. The frick you mean the suckling of an older person?
It just means what it means. You don't understand?
Yeah.
That?
No, I wish I didn't.
You don't get that?
Oh, I understand it full well. I just don't want to.
If you're a Muslim, you should want to, I guess.
That's actually how they get better. They go and suckle on the camel. He said Urwa ibn Zubair informed me that Abu Hudfayya, oh my goodness,
You good?
Hudhaifa, you try to say that Abu Hudhaifa ibn Utbah ibn Rabia, one of the companions of the Messenger of Allah, may Allah bless and grant him peace, who was present at Badr, adopted Salim, who is called Salim, the Mawla of Abu Hudhaifa. As the Messenger of Allah, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, adopted Zayd ibn Haritha. Right, so the Momo boy adopts Zayd ibn Haritha.
Right.
He thought of him as a son, and Abu Hudhaifa married him to his brother's sister, Fatima bint al-Walid ibn Utbah ibn Rabia, who was at the time among the first emigrants. She was one of the best unmarried women of the Quraysh. When Allah the Exalted sent down in his book what he sent down about Zayd ibn Haritha, call them after their true fathers. That is more equitable in the sight of Allah. If you do not know who their fathers were, then they are your brothers in the deen and your mawali. It's from Surah 33, Ayat 5. People in this position were traced back to their fathers. When their father was not known, they were traced back to their mawla. So what does that mean? Momo adopted Zayd. Zayd then married a woman named Zainab. Sorry, that's from Wada Malik, book 30, number 30.2.12. So Momo adopts Zayd. Zayd then marries a woman named Zainab. Momo saw Zainab scantily dressed and lusted for her. Zainab knew this and told Zayd, who went to Muhammad, saying he would divorce her so that Muhammad could marry her. Right, so this is the next section. Josh, go ahead. Read the gross stuff.
Zayd bin Haritha came to the Prophet complaining about his wife. The Prophet kept on saying to him, "Be afraid of Allah and keep your wife." Aisha said, "If Allah's apostle were to conceal anything of the Quran, who would have concealed this verse?" Zainab used to boast before the wives of the Prophet and used to say, "You were given in marriage by your families, while I was married to the Prophet by Allah from over 7 heavens." And Thabit recited the verse, "But O Muhammad, you did hide in your heart that which Allah was about to make manifest. You did fear the people." Was revealed in connection with Zainab and Zayd bin Haritha.
So
I don't know how I feel about you coming right back after hearing that with pizza. I don't know how I feel about that.
Alone. I made pizza. Leave me alone.
And you didn't invite me.
Correct. So that's from Sahih Bukhari, volume 9, book 93, number 516. Initially, Momo tells Zayd to keep his wife, but then Allah reveals that Momo is supposed to marry Zainab. As a result, Zainab then brags that she was chosen by Allah to marry Momo, at which point she cites Surah Al-Azab 73. And remember, O Prophet, when you said to the one for whom Allah has done a favor, and you too have done a favor, keep your wife and fear Allah, while concealing within yourself what Allah was going to reveal. And so you were considering the people, whereas Allah was more worthy of your consideration. So when Zayd totally lost interest in keeping his wife, we gave her to you in marriage so that there would be no blame on the believers for marrying the ex-wives of their adopted sons after their divorce. And Allah's command is totally binding. Okay? Allah's command is totally binding. Allah says this happened so that Muslims can know it's okay to marry your adopted son's wives if they divorce them. Right? That's something you can do. Just so you guys know, it's okay.
In case you're curious, if you weren't sure before.
Exactly. Right?
Just so you have some secure understanding.
Exactly. Allah does not want there to be any confusion. You can marry the son or your son's wife.
Go ahead. Keep eating that pizza. Keep munching away.
Putting aside the creepiness, this statute might not even stand. Because some say that Al-Atsab 4 does away with adoption. However, I will say it's up for debate. All it says is, quote, nor does he regard your adopted children as your real children, unquote. Some say that abolishes adoption. Others say, no, it just means they're not on the same level. They don't get inheritance like that. Irregardless, this is just disgusting. Like, this is just disgusting.
Little wonky.
A little
bit. Just a little bit. Yeah.
That's so nasty.
I know. Oh.
What's up?
Just the donkey. I'm not sure where to go with. I don't remember this one. I'm just not sure where this is going.
Oh, it's going where you think it's going.
Please don't go where I think it's going. I don't want
it's
it.
going where you think it's going.
No. Please.
It is narrated on the authority of Anas bin Malik,
Dang it.
the prophet, that the messenger of Allah, may police be upon him, said, I was brought al-Barak, who is an animal white and long. It's weird. Normally, Muhammad prefers black and long. Larger than a donkey, but smaller than a mule, who places himself at a distance equal to the range of version. I mounted it. Normally, that's the other way around.
No.
Into the temple, Beit Maqdis in Jerusalem, then tethered it to the ring used by the prophets. I entered the mosque and prayed 2 rakahs in it, and then came out, and Gabriel brought me a vessel of wine and a vessel of milk. I chose the milk, shocking. And Gabriel said, you have chosen the natural thing. I said, oh, Allah's apostle, which mosque was first built. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, okay.
You're right.
I said, Allah's apostle, which mosque was first built on the surface of the earth. He said, Al-Masjid ul-Haram in Mecca. I said, which one was built next? He replied, and I quote, the Mosque of Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem. I said, what was the period of construction between the two? He said, 40 years. Excuse me. He added, wherever you may be, and the prayer time comes due, perform the prayer there, for the best thing is to do so, to offer the prayers in time. That is from Sahih Muslim, book 1, number 309, and Sahih al-Bukhari, book volume 4, book 55, number 585. So Momo rides what is described as a 3/4 donkey up to heaven and receives visions which are included in the Quran. Momo says that the Kaaba and Al-Aqsa mosques were constructed 40 years apart. The Al-Aqsa mosque was built after Momo's time in 691 AD. Either Momo time traveled, or Allah did not know. Allah, the all-knowing infinite God, did not know that the temple had been destroyed in 70 AD.
No, I mean, I gotta go with the time traveling donkey.
It's a magic donkey.
I gotta go with that.
Momo uncovered his donkey.
No, I don't like how you phrased that.
Why don't you read it, pal?
I was informed that Gabriel came to the prophet while Salama was with him. Gabriel started talking to the prophet, and the prophet asked Salama, who is this? She replied, he is Diya al-Kalbi. And Gabriel had left. Salama said, by Allah, I did not take him for anybody other than him, till I heard the sermon of the prophet wherein he informed about the news of Gabriel. The sub-narrator asked Abu Uthman, from whom have you heard that? Abu Uthman said, from Usama bin Zaid.
All right, so it's son of the prophet, so the prophet's grandson.
Yeah.
Sahih al-Bukhari, book 60 from number 300. Momo had special sessions with the most handsome of his companions, Dihya al-Kalbi. It was said that it was not Dihya in there, but it was Jibril. Other times, like in Bukhara 440, Momo would present Jibril and nobody would be there. But he would be like, hey guys, here's the angel Gabriel. And there would be no one standing there. And they'd all be like, great. Awesome. Someone call someone.
No.
So clearly, Momo's special revelations to do with Dihya had to do with the fluid in between the backbone and the ribs. If you don't know that reference, go check out our Scientific Miracles video.
We're not done with the donkey?
No, we have a couple more here. Abdur Rahman ibn Abu Layla, quoting Usayd ibn Hudayr, a man of the Ansar, said that while he was given to jesting and was talking to the people and making them laugh, the Prophet poked him under the ribs with a stick. I'm going to apologize for what's about to happen, Josh. He said, let me take retaliation.
What?
He said, take retaliation. He said, take retaliation. He said, you are wearing a shirt, but I am not. The Prophet then raised his shirt, and the man embraced him and began to kiss his side.
I don't enjoy this.
Then he said, this is what I wanted, messenger of Allah.
Oh,
Why are you gay?
That is from Sunan Abu Dawud, book 43.
you're so quiet now.
Number, oh, am I? Is this better?
Yeah, a little better.
Okay. That is from Sunan Abu Dawud, book 43, number 5224.
I did not
Momo
enjoy
has
that.
a very, very flirtatious exchange with another man. Momo prods that man with a stick.
Oh,
Momo then lifts up his shirt for the other man. The other man begins kissing Momo's exposed torso and says, and I quote, this is what I wanted, unquote.
oh no.
So we're not going to go through the whole thing.
Is this the last one?
This is the second to last one.
Okay.
Because I have an actual important and serious one after this.
That's right. I
So
remember that now.
this is about Al-Zut. We have referenced Al-Zut.
Gay!
We have referenced Al-Zut many a time. And when we had first presented this, we went through a video by Raymond Ibrahim. I will just
Yeah, I
point everybody to that video because he does a much better job than I do. But I'm
We're
just
not
going
gonna show that.
hit on the quick points. Huh?
But we're not going to show that tonight.
No, I did not plan to. Muslims will claim, though, that so basically the Spark Notes version, Muhammad goes out into the desert and brings with him one of his companions, and then draws a circle, an anti-sea bear circle, as it's been referenced, and tells him, do not leave this circle or else something bad will happen to you. He then Momo then walks away from his friend, still standing in the anti-sea bear circle, about quote unquote a stone's throw, at which point several naked men come out of the desert and begin, and I quote, yarkabun, the Prophet, which means to ride, mount, or possess.
Gay!
Now, it can mean to ride, like as in to ride a horse. However, it also has the same sexual meaning that we have in English for to ride or to mount.
Yeah.
And they do this until the coming of dawn. Now, I'm not sure which one was named Dawn, but once that happened, then the men depart, and Muhammad limps back, sore, and collapses and falls asleep on top of his companion's lap, claiming to have been injured.
Why are you gay?
So let's run through their counterclaims here. Muslims will claim that this is about the jinn, right? Spirits. They're not always demons, but they can be. Right? The Arabic word yarkabun can mean to ride, mount, or possess, right? Just like I said. If this is about the jinn, then either Momo had sex with demons or he was possessed at this time. I'll let y'all pick there, Muslims. Is he possessed or did he have sex with demons? Your choice. Their best polemic against their own hadith is to say that this hadith is da'if or weak. The problem there is this is reported by one of the 4 students of knowledge, who are the 4 greatest pupils of Muhammad, direct pupils of Muhammad. It's reported by Abdullah ibn Masud, who has his own compilation of the Quran. It has complete isnad tracing back to him. Al-Zut never means jinn also in any other context. It always refers to the people group. This was, again, if you want to say it's jinn, I think that's arguably worse. But this was Momo getting gangbanged in the desert. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. They took turns banging
Did they take
Muhammad.
turns, or did they all just go for it?
I mean, maybe they didn't. I choose not to think about it in any more detail than that. I am making that mental health decision to not think about it any further.
Mental health decision.
It is a pure sanity saver. So I would invite you to go check out the Raymond Ibrahim video. He does a better breakdown of it. But we've referenced it so many times, I don't think we have to go through it in full.
The fact even memorized.
I mean,
I don't think, did you
Momo
go through?
went through it in full, but what?
Like, were you reading off notes when you were retelling the story?
No.
Okay, so you just have it memorized. So you've thought about this a little bit, I guess.
Oh, unfortunately, I can never unthink about this. I'd like to.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Yeah, no, it is. Trust me, it is. But that brings us to the most important hadith that we're going to talk about tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Narrated Abu Huraira. The Prophet said, Allah said, I have prepared for my righteous slaves such excellent things as no eye has ever seen, nor an ear has ever heard, nor a human heart can ever think of. That's a quote. That's a specific quote. So that comes from Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 9, book 97, number 123. And we are now going to look at that.
Yeah,
Well, we're not going to look at that.
Together.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and pull up the Isaiah, I will pull up the Paul or the.
Do you want that in the Hebrew and the Septuagint?
I don't. The Hebrew, actually, specifically the Hebrew.
Okay. Wait, hold on. You want the Hebrew? Or you just want like a translation based on the Hebrew?
Translation based on the Hebrew.
Okay. I have the NIV pulled up right now, but I can also pull up.
Okay.
I can try to get the
fine.
64 Septuagint. Brenton Septuagint as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a Septuagint actually, like a hard copy.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I have digital copies, but I think I'm gonna get a hard copy and use actually the next time I have to teach at a church or something.
So, Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9 references Isaiah 64:4. But he actually changes the wording to fit the Greek grammar of his day and actually adds a line. Let's go ahead, and before we continue on there, let's look at the thing.
Yeah. Which one do you want to pull up first?
Isaiah 64, please.
I'll
And then
pull. Here's the Hebrew. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Here's the Hebrew versus the NIV. Since ancient times, no one has heard, no ear has perceived, no eye has seen any God besides you, who acts on behalf of those who wait for Him. So that's the Hebrew. Let me do this so you guys can see it better. Hopefully that's a little more visible. So I'll read it again just in case.
There we go.
Since ancient times, no one has heard, no ear has perceived, no eye has seen any God besides you, who acts on behalf of those who wait for Him. And then, in case you're curious, here is the Septuagint. From of old we have not heard, neither have our eyes seen a God beside thee, and thy works which thou wilt perform to them that wait for mercy. There's a chance, though, that this is a different chapter marker. Because I remember.
Irregardless. So thank you for Isaiah 64. I want to put up what he said again.
Right.
So the prophet said, Allah said, I have prepared my righteous slaves such excellent things as no eye has ever seen, nor ear has ever heard, nor a human heart can ever think of. Well, that's different than what Isaiah said. Isaiah didn't say no human, or that a human heart can ever think of. Isaiah didn't. Paul did.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, indeed.
Uh-oh.
So let me go ahead. The NIV, so the exact Greek is a little different, but it's the same kind of idea. Because it doesn't use the word heart, it uses the word mind. Irregardless.
Okay.
Right, so you have what no eye has. So you have the Greek on the left, the English on the right. I'll just read the English for the time being. What no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things God has prepared for those who love Him. That is much closer. And so actually, I stand corrected. I was just basing off the English. I'm reading the Greek right here. Kai epi kardion, that's heart. And the heart. And whose heart? So the Greek actually agrees more so with the Quran, right? So the Greek of what Paul is writing agrees with the Quran versus the NIV English, which is on the right side, which I think actually kind of mistranslates that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
This is near verbatim Paul. Momo quotes the Greek grammar. He does not quote Isaiah. And his quote doesn't actually match the Septuagint of Isaiah either. Right? Josh just pulled that up and showed it. It didn't match there. It's a Pauline quote, which is significant because Muslims will often claim Paul corrupted Jesus' teachings. But Momo here believed Paul to be the source of divine wisdom. Per this quote, this is a quote from Paul. This hadith has full isnad. It is authentic. Right? It is in Sahih al-Bukhari. It is a authentic hadith. Guys, that's enormous. That is incredible. Muhammad just quoted Paul. He considers Paul to be divinely inspired writing.
Isn't 1 Corinthians 2 with the bigger problem? So if he's quoting 1 Corinthians, isn't 1 Corinthians with the one with the what scholars believe one of the earliest creeds?
Yes.
So
The Corinthian Creed.
The Corinthian Creed, the one that talks about the death and resurrection of Christ, the very thing that the Quran denies ever happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's a problem for you guys. That's a problem.
More people need to be using this as a polemic. Genuinely, this is a phenomenal polemic. Your own sources are agreeing that Paul is writing divinely inspired scripture. Because remember, he doesn't just say, oh, it's said. He said that Allah said it. Allah is speaking through Paul, according to Muhammad.
Raggy.
Right? The prophet is saying, Allah said, Pauline quote. We need to be hammering this polemic. This is huge. This completely undermines the entire Muslim argument that Paul corrupts Christianity. That Jesus really brought forth Islam, and then Paul took it and corrupted it and made it into modern Christianity. Right? That's the claim of Islam. Muhammad disagrees with that. Muhammad considers Paul to be divine wisdom. He considers his exact quotation to be divinely inspired. Rut-row raggy. And it's not like this is a quote from the gospel, right? Where you can say, well, that part was preserved correctly, but the rest is corrupted.
No, this
is only Paul's letter. No one else wrote this. This does not record the words of Christ. This does not record the actions of Christ. This is purely Paul writing to the Corinthian church. Rut-row raggy indeed.
Massive rut-row.
I don't know. I think that needs to be just beyond drilled at every possible opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it probably should. I think we tried to once, and people were not happy when we quoted it.
Yeah. Because your own sources disagree with you. It's like the line I put in the Jehovah's Witness song. The funny thing is their stuff says it too. Right? Like, it's hilarious. You will just read people's own beliefs back to them and they'll despise you for it. I'm sorry, but that's what your stuff says. I don't know what you want from me. Like, you read the Bible back to me, I'm like, yeah, amen, awesome, great. Right? Like, some things might need to be explained a little bit, but I don't get angry at you for citing the Bible to me.
Right.
Muslims will get angry if you cite the Quran or Hadith to them. I mean, how many LDS were upset in our comments because we quoted their stuff and they were disagreeing with their own stuff? The Jehovah's Witness, I read to them from the New World Translation, and they told me that's not what it says. Guys, I read your translation. And then they got upset with me. Like, I'm sorry, that's what your stuff says. You can't get pissed at me because your stuff disagrees with you.
Can't get upset that your apologetic does not actually defend what you wanted to.
Exactly. So we need to be hammering this kind of stuff because it will lead to so much doubt within Islam. And if there's doubt in Islam, there can be hope for Christ. Remember, that's why we do these things. Yes, it's fun to make the jokes. Yes, it's fun to have a laugh or two and like wonder how anybody could follow this. But the reality is people do follow this.
Yeah.
They are oppressed by this. They are under the influence of this, and they need our help. So let's help them, right? Yes, we can get jokes in here and there, but the point is always and forever to point people towards Christ. So let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's speak with the Spirit. Let's reveal the Father as best we can. And most importantly, we will point towards the Son who will guide them into salvation. That's what I got.
Yeah. All right. With all that said tonight, there's no comments that I was seeing besides bots or AI stuff. So there won't be any comments to read right now. We'll be streaming Lord willing again on Tuesday. We have a video coming out tomorrow. Is Caleb's expansion on the Theology video. We're still waiting for the book to come in because it was supposed to come in 2 weeks ago, and then Amazon said, actually, just kidding. You're not going to get till the end of the month. Of which I'm waiting for them now to tell me that too about my Trinity book that was supposed to come in. And we're like, nope, that's going to be end of the month too. Like, all right, great. So with all that said, go hop into our Discord. Thank you for joining us on any of the platforms that you're watching this on. If you're on YouTube, this will be the backlogs. We'll have this upload to Facebook tomorrow. I look like I'm frozen. Was I still coming through?
Yeah,
okay,
no, you're good.
I'll try that again. YouTube, this will all be in the backlog. Facebook, this will be up on there for when we're streaming this, like recording this tomorrow, and we'll be posting it to Spotify within the next 24 hours as well. And then we'll have some clips out for you guys from this. If you were able to watch the whole thing with us, thank you for doing so, whether it be live or in the backlogs. But, you know, if you want to just share certain moments, let us know what moments you want us to clip out below too. We'll have some clips starting tomorrow coming out. But if you have any more moments like, hey, this is a great moment, you guys should share this one, let us know on the comments or preferably in Discord. That should be easily accessible in YouTube and Instagram. We'll get that fixed up in TikTok, Facebook, and Twitch later. With all that said, Caleb, do you have anything else?
Go check out our merch store.
Go check out our merch store. That's also linked below. There's a link below on our YouTube.
You can
some
get
good stuff there.
Fine.
I need some new ideas.
You can always
I want some more ideas.
hop over
No.
to the bad ideas store and
no, we're not doing those.
Hey, the Jehovah's Witness one wasn't bad.
You're right. That one wasn't bad. The other two were. Those are bad. We're not doing those.
They shall see them soon enough.
Yes. We'll be streaming again, Lord willing, next Tuesday, and then the Thursday after we'll be streaming earlier. So maybe we'll get to try different kind of streams. We'll probably stream in the car. Maybe we can do some call-in stuff, whether it be like debating or like, hey, just come hang with us, or I don't know, something. So be on the lookout for that on Thursday through Sunday. And unless there's anything else, Lord willing, we'll see you guys next time.
Up in the cave and receive a revelation, but I'm scared calling all this into question. Maybe I am dreaming, vision or a demon. That must be God, Allah. I don't know what I should be believing. Convinced I'm a prophet, question that, you better stop it. That previous verse don't mean a thing, just forget it, forget it. If you don't, I'll come for you, take everything from you, that's the truth. Yeah, I'm the truth, I'm the proof, you're just too stupid. Couldn't understand what's happening, might as well get the news. Make sure it ain't too loose, don't want your mouth on the move. But then again, I'm not worried about it loose. Sing my people because I get them take the lives of their friends and families. Almighty Allah up above, you better follow him or I'll get the shove, Ellen take you out. Oh, you thought that was wild, just wait till you read about me and Aisha. Oh, Allah, religion to peace, nah, I just said that to get a piece of that action with any girl I can imagine. Now's a riding all night long while my companion is crying like SpongeBob and Patrick in they Seabear circle crying. If I am gonna be lying, I might as well take advantage before I begin dying. I'm Allah's prophet, he ain't minding. Why are y'all hiding? So left me smiling with you, I think I'm wildin'. I'm in style, ladies, I'm your type of man. prophet of prophets, ain't no one who can top it. Smith thought he was cooking something with those tablets. Instead he got me laughing. What you think they gon' follow you? Nah man, I'm the real revelation. You ain't even number 2. Ain't no dilemmas in my text. Even if there was, I ain't gon' admit to it. Cause if I didn't, no one would think I'm a prophet. Stop it, or I pull a knife from my pocket. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Convince so many to follow me, but they don't know that this be worse than a Ponzi scheme. You boys wanting those virgins, boy you be perving, acting like me, you think that's a blessing. My followers today, they are epic, lying left and right to keep you from suspecting. If you speak out, they will doubt you, threaten you, come for you, silence you. Claiming that Jesus never went up on that cross, because if he did, then they find out who my boss is. And I can't have it, don't even want to imagine it. Satan losing to a king who would die for you, set you free from your doom. What a cruel thought to let someone believe that fool. It's your idea, so cruel, I'd never die for you. Hey, Jesus is a Muslim trying to escape the fact that his teachings are a problem for us, and I don't know how to solve them. Apart from saying to follow Torah and Gospels, but I guess there is another problem, I don't know if I lost them. The only prophet who can't take me apart is the one who can show the world their heart, who was actually with God at the start. But I gotta find a way to hit the charts, see if I can beat them there, so I don't have to restart. But I ain't that smart. I'm illiterate, illegitimate, undiscriminate, definitely not considerate. The sign is not the hottest, filled with bitterness, not even modest, leaving people scarlet, make you wanna vomit. Sinner yet